Alpha male Andrew.
Some people said they like it, some people said they don't like it, and I said,
well, what color is your spaghetti?
You deserve what happens to your dumb ass. Breathe air. And what kind of parent lets their 16-year-old vape anyway?
Men will do real things for you. A female friend won't do shit for you besides try and get attention out of you. That's it.
Women have to be monitored and maintained and maintenance effectively.
Depression is not real.
Feeling depressed
Is real.
I haven't caught depression. I don't have a disease. I'm just upset with my situation.
Yep.
I have people mess with me all the time.
Anyway, alphas, betas, and incels. If you've been on the internet long enough, at least as a guy, you've either heard one of these terms or have been called one of these terms before. I personally never agreed with the whole concept of a male hierarchy, but I could never really pinpoint why, at least until now. After researching a bit on the topic, from its history, some psychology concepts, and looking at a bunch of Andrew Tate clips, I can finally put into words why the male hierarchy and people who encourage it always rubbed me the wrong way. And today, I want to explore that with all of you. Welcome to Psypop. In this series, we'll be tackling how pop culture or something in pop culture has displayed a phenomenon where we can learn from it in the context of psychology and or mental health. If you like the series and don't want to miss out on future episodes, don't forget to show support by liking and subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to click on the bell icon to get a notification whenever we post a new video. You see, the term alpha male was popularized by L. David Meach when he was observing captive wolves and noticed that there was a dominant wolf within these packs. He called this dominant wolf the alpha. Later on, he went on to publish the book titled The Wolf, which the public massively enjoyed. However, when Meach later on replicated this study with wild wolves, he soon discovered that his first observation was entirely wrong and there isn't in fact a dominant wolf in every pack. Since then, he's been trying to correct his mistake. However, the public took the concept and ran with it so much because they enjoyed the book so much that it became a cultural phenomenon today. Because of how popular the term has become, people have decided that it's also possible for humans to be alpha as well. You've probably heard people go alpha male or beta male and maybe even sigma male, as if it actually means anything that's cited, supported, etc. But fortunately, or unfortunately, I guess for some people, the modern use of the term alpha male doesn't have any meaning behind it. The term alpha male means that this particular person is dominant and a leader type, a fatherly figure that commands everyone in a sense, the ideal man. Like how people believe that wolves had a hierarchy, they projected this idea onto humans as well. Being called a beta male with this hierarchy in mind also became an insult thereafter, meaning that if you aren't dominant and charismatic like the alpha male, instead you are a beta who is the opposite of all of these positive traits. Thankfully, in our generation at least, terms like alpha male and beta male aren't taken that seriously anymore and are more like jokes nowadays, or at least I'd like to hope so online. It still, however, remains popular to this day to use, and there are still some people like Andrew Tate that preach about being an alpha and continue this belief, but we will talk more about him later on in this video. It did become really popular to the point that birthed a new genre of literature though, but we're not talking about that. That is a story for another time. In this dominance hierarchy, knowing one's rank is important if you're aiming to become a real man, whatever that may be. Most checklists actually would ask men to make sure to have 3 things, which are money, women, and power. Other traits such as good looks and being both manipulative or intimidating follow along by default. Now, following this is generally a double-edged sword, however. On the one hand, it grants a massive increase in self-confidence to some, to be perfectly fair, but it can also lead to what is now called toxic masculinity. Although it can be seen as harmless fun, there is a major problematic side to this that's rather concerning. First, the treatment of women in general is kinda non-existent. Let's be honest, it isn't rocket science to make a sandwich. So why do these alphas and incels think it's a woman's job to clamp two breads together with toppings and sauce right in the middle? A common trait among their mindset is that they sincerely believe that they are more superior towards women, as the hierarchy places the alpha as something to be served, something that demands everything that they want, including, for most men, women. Alongside women and individuals outside of the gender binary, this hierarchy also hinders acceptance and community among, well, men themselves. The discrimination that we so evidently see against other non-male individuals also seeps into their treatment of other less alpha men. If an individual is deemed not masculine, not strong, not independent, or brave enough, if they're deemed not man enough, whatever that means, they're labeled as weak and unworthy of being praised and idolized, as they are below an alpha. To discriminate against someone for not meeting your personal framework of what it means to be a man creates this divide that promotes insecurity and bullying. If not handled well, it can influence younger boys to develop this toxic mindset as well, to continue the cycle or even internalize it, resulting in toxic masculinity being constantly ingrained into our society. So I've given a general overview of the topic, but now I actually want to dig a little deeper to actually see how the alpha male mindset starts to really affect society and how this spreads so fast. So to look at this, I want all of you to see this through a notable figure that you may often see in your social media. His name starts with an A and his last name starts with a T. And if you haven't gotten it yet, because I actually didn't realize that I wrote this bit in when I also mentioned his name a little earlier in the video, it is Andrew Tate. A local figure, especially among alpha males, for his, let's say, insightful message about manhood and womanhood alike. By the way, a trigger warning, because let's just say that Andrew Tate does have allegations relating to and slavery, of all things. If these are any negative triggers to you, feel free to skip this section of the video. Formerly a kickboxer and television personality, Andrew Tate has in recent years taken to the internet to spread his ideas on what he believes the proper male and woman dynamic is. He is an extreme example of toxic masculinity and sexism, as the clips shown from earlier, and which I'm probably gonna play in a bit, will also show.
Have you not experienced mental health? No.
Zero.
Okay, so how do you cope with stress and situations?
If I'm stressed or I'm frustrated, then I understand it's my time to perform. And I agree that society puts huge pressure on men. As a man, you either perform or you don't. There's no safety net like there is for females. Females can wake up and say, I don't feel like it.
A man can only cheat if he loves someone else. If I have a woman who I truly love, and I go out and fuck, and I come back to her, and I don't care about her, and I only love my girl, that's not cheating. That's exercise.
If she even talks to a dude, it's cheating.
Man, you have a duty to protect your female. And now people are coming along saying, no, maybe you protect her better by hiding in the bathroom and sending her downstairs with a grenade. That is fucking stupid. You have a duty as a man to protect your female. It is your duty, it is your masculine imperative. All of humanity shows it's true. All of history shows it's true. And for you to sit here and say, if someone breaks into my house, I have no duty at all to protect my woman. If she's scared and crying, I might send her ass down there because I can't shoot. Shows that you have no intrinsic desire to protect or provide or look after that female, which is why you have no frame in your relationship, which is why she pay you to send her ass to...
As you may have noticed in the past few clips, he's been very vocal about his opinions regarding the place of women in society, which is under the ownership and dictation of men. He stated that rape victims should take responsibility for their attacks, that he imprints on younger women, and that women belong at home as a man's property. These are a few of the many misogynistic statements that Tate himself has made. With his status as a celebrity kickboxer, he's given the power to influence his viewers to develop the same mindset. Intentionally or not, individuals who encounter misogynistic content like Tate's are vulnerable to being influenced by it. Some men may feel validated and empowered by the concept of being an alpha male and fully embrace it, similar to what I've mentioned earlier. However, this creates a stronger sexist herd mentality, wherein their feeling of minority is empowered when exposed to other people with the same opinions and mindset. For those who don't agree with Andrew Tate's claims of male superiority, they are still exposed to internalizing those same ideas within themselves. This can be called public or private conformity. Public conformity is when one matches their behavior to meet the expectations of others, despite holding a different view. For example, the pressure for a young boy to be a man and take the lead, even though a young boy has no idea on the concept of what an alpha or beta is because they're children. But moving on. Private conformity, on the other hand, is when one internalizes the views unknowingly despite their initial opposition to the idea. Although toxic masculinity is something that majority of us viewers can all understand is wrong and inherently sexist, etc., there's no denying how easy it is to fall into the social influence that we're normally exposed to. So even if Andrew Tate isn't like how he acts online in real life, where he's simply playing a character to sell his academy that is a Discord server, realistically, like, come on. Which is also hard to say that he's playing a character considering his real-life sex trafficking and rape allegations. Doesn't negate the impact he has on inspiring others to act and to be the same horrible human being in order to be rich, famous, and get the girl just like him. The problem is that it's all fake though. He's too busy marketing to even enter his Discord to help you personally be richer. He makes other people do that. His content on how to get women won't get you a healthy relationship because he scripts out the whole interactions anyway. And his hot takes don't really make you a better man despite everything.
Breathe air!
Sadly, this isn't even an isolated incident. Before Andrew Tate, we had Dan Bilzerian, and his crimes and fake lifestyle finally caught up to him later on, only recently. So I say it's only a matter of time before it does the same to Andrew Tate and someone else replaces him as the new alpha male of social media and the internet, making the cycle continue. If you want to be rich, powerful, or attractive, that's honestly understandable. Who doesn't want to be any of those things, right? But I can assure you that listening to figures like Andrew Tate sell these things to you won't help. People like him know that's what you want in particular, and they form cults around their own personalities to convince you and all the other members of that same cult that they have the answers if you listen and pay up. Tate is using these people and monopolizing their desperation from years of popular sexist beliefs and ideas created by the definition of an alpha. See, as a man myself who's not rich or powerful in any way, I know it's hard to believe what I say, even if I support with psychology and or past research even. But I personally think a man is what you define it as. Society shouldn't dictate you're a dude only if you reach a certain standard. A man who goes against society's expectations to be whatever the fuck they want to be, regardless of what anyone else thinks, is honestly way cooler when I think about it in my head than anything society asks you to be. So you know what? Be a man, I say. Be whatever you want. People respect that. People respect authenticity way more than you'll realize. So I ask all of you, basically, if you want to be respected, want to be loved, praised by all, just be you. So yeah, please comment any topic you'd like for us to tackle next, and please like and subscribe to the channel. I got more emotional in that than I thought I would, or at least I think I displayed more emotion in that than I thought I would. But whatever you guys think of how I do these types of videos, I'm not the only person who does these types of videos. Please also comment that as well. We'd always like hearing feedback from all of you. And well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day ahead. And remember to continue being you. Yeah. Stay safe, everyone.